Hello, welcome to a video where I'm going to showcase some of my own battles in my Mega Master League tournament against my teammate Savageboi. Actually our Master League specialist. I'm sometimes as well, but he's our main Master League specialist. Anyway, the teams we have here, a Primal Groudon team and a Primal Kyogre team. Obviously, both are pretty wicked, but only one of them really destroys the other one, so I'm not really at an advantage. My strongest Pokemon gets destroyed by his strongest Pokemon. Haxorus resists all the Water-type moves, but still loses every even shields with Kyogre just growing straight Surf, so not even a great matchup. I do have Magnezone to keep a little bit in check, which also isn't a great matchup, by the way. But there's also Ursaluna for me. Actually, the first Ursaluna I have faced. Ursaluna, great stat distribution, especially for a non-legendary, but its moveset is a little bit lackluster. Let's take a look at the first matchup here. We have my Magnezone into his Metagross. This is a very fine lead for me. I run the Zap Cannon here, which is ideal in this matchup. Now, I'm definitely expecting the Kyogre here in the back, so not great for me. My Groudon's not going to have that much play. Gonna shield up that first Earthquake. It would one-shot me as it's double super effective. And we see beyond that Zap Cannon here. And Zap Cannon does more than a Wild Charge, so now I'm actually able to spark it all the way down. Beautiful. He's just going to keep the shields for his Kyogre every time. It's really annoying. Obviously, Magnezone has nothing really on the Ursaluna, so if he brings that in, I gotta get out. Maybe I should build to a Wild Charge first, right? I have a Vine Whip Florges here for a better matchup against Kyogre. And, well, it happens to be better against this Ursaluna, but again, just keeping two shields for the Ursaluna, especially when he knows or predicts my Groudon in the back. It's not gonna do much against the Kyogre because the water is double super effective. Now, in the main series, this is not even the worst matchup, Groudon versus Kyogre, because if you get that harsh sunlight, I think it's like Primal Sunlight or Origin Sunlight, I'm not sure, but it evaporates all the water attack moves, so that would put you at an advantage against Kyogre. But here in Go, we don't have that, so Primal Groudon is just plain bad against Kyogre. Yeah, it is what it is. Let's see how much those waterfalls are chunking. Now I can get too many charge moves here. It's not gonna make a difference anyway because he has two shields. This is what he saves them for. Even if he gets an attack drop here from the Zap Cannon, which he does actually, those waterfalls are still going to do a lot. This is a pretty cool visual. Two primal Pokemon against each other, but yeah, it's not gonna do it, unfortunately. Surf coming through, takes out my Groudon, and I think I'm able to get to a Wild Charge, but there's no point in throwing it, really. Yeah, the shield anyway. So, tough start. I mean, kind of predicted it was gonna be a hard matchup, and this matchup really showed it. Pretty much his strongest Pokemon. I'm surprised no Florges, but I guess it makes sense somewhat to not pair Kyogre with Florges when you have the Metagross that pairs pretty much just as well, because it keeps the Dragonite in check, and Haxorus is not strong enough to take on both. Let's take a look at game number two here. I lead my Magnezone into the Kyogre, which is exactly where I wanted. This time I didn't bring that Primal Groudon, which is ideal because now it can't get hit by the Kyogre. Right, so let's take a look. Surf is shielded here. And he tries to catch on his Ursaluna. I'm not falling for that. And I actually make a misplay here. Because now, the Florges still is in the game. And like that, what's it called? The Metagross in the back is kind of lurking. Which would not be great. If I brought Florges into this, I would not have needed shields. And that would be much better. Luckily, Dragonite's matchup is quite fine here. I can just build up energy, and then throw a superpower to take it out. But yeah, it's kind of a waste of my Dragonite here. In comes that first superpower. If this goes unshielded, it will knock out because it's super effective. And despite Ursaluna's bulk, it still won't survive that. Savageboi still has two shields at this point, but it's gonna have to use them at some point. Going in with that Metagross, I'm quick enough to recognize that and throw the superpower into this. This is neutral. Doesn't do that much damage because it's already debuffed. Swapping immediately into the Magnezone, keeping that Dragonite as a swap, and man, because I don't really see him swapping the Kyogre into the Magnezone. He actually no shields this. I didn't predict that really. Probably should have just went with the Zap Cannon. Gonna throw one before that next Meteor Mash. I want him to use a shield, but he refuses to. He's predicting that Primal Groudon in the back again. And, you know, even if it was Haxorus, the it still loses to Kyogre here. But luckily, I get to another move here. This is huge. But Florges, despite having a grass fast move, also has a pretty bad matchup against this big fish here. It's a little bit chipped, so that helps. But man, tough one. Vine Whip's doing super effective damage. Yeah, that's it. That's really good stuff. Anyway, Kyogre just, you know, obliterating it. Do you notice that Savage Boy waits a little bit before throwing that charge move? I noticed that. And something to keep in mind. Going for the bait here with the disarming voice. I think Savage Boy shields no matter what, knowing that he would outpace regardless. And if he's being careful, that I won't catch anyway. But look at this. I'm gonna wait a little bit and then swap. And he spooks out and actually... or actually, maybe he thought he lagged and throws the surf regardless. This is huge for me. Now I can get to my Moonblast, and I think from this range that will take out the Primal Kyogre. So that catch really was decisive. I brought 3 good Pokemon against Primal Kyogre. It's still almost won. Really annoying Pokemon. So yeah, 1-1 between myself and Savage Boy right now. Let's take a look at that decisive game here. I actually get a good lead here for once. And he switched into Ursaluna, which doesn't have that great of a matchup here. But you see I run the Solar Beam. Gonna go for it immediately so he can't get to a high horsepower. I predict him keeping the shields for Kyogre again, so I go Solar Beam here. He doesn't shoot that, and it one-shots this huge bear. Wonderful. Now he's probably going to come in with one of his, with his Kyogre. I don't care. I'm just gonna go into Dragonite right away. Not in Haxorus because it's too fragile. I might have to put a shield on it later. And if I get farmed down with Metagross, actually gets a little bit nasty maybe. So I'm just going to go into the Dragonite and get as many Dragon Breaths in as possible while Savage Boy is still switch locked into that. But look at how much that Surf already does. It's kind of annoying. He might be predicting the Florges again in the back from me, which would be very fine. I wouldn't say fine for Savage Boy, to be honest, but... regardless, he's trying to swap out, but barely isn't able to. I throw in his Waterfall as well. He actually shields at the very last second. It wouldn't do much damage, but he needs this Kyogre for my Groudon. And I'm trying to get to a move here, but I think I would not have gone to the superpower. So I'm gonna chip it a little bit with this Dragon Claw. Doesn't do that much damage, but now I can bring back in that Groudon. I'm one shoot up on the Haxorus. Maybe for once this Pokemon will be useful. Going for the CMP on the Meteor Mash. This is only a Fire Punch. It's a stab Fire Punch though. Super effective. Coming through. Actually takes out the a little bit over half Metagross. And in comes the Haxorus. Now I'm able to farm down this Kyogre. I think I'm even invisible to him, so he doesn't even see this beautiful Pokemon. Going for the Origin Pulse. This actually might almost KO me, but 2 counters will KO this Primal Kyogre instead, and that is a 2-1 victory for me, which gives me the 2nd place because I did lose to another Primal Kyogre team, that of Lankern, in I believe the 2nd or 3rd round. Hope you liked the video, and thank you for watching.